your TV and connect with friends and family by playing cards, board games, or charades. It all starts with just one thing. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
HD1 Pittsburgh, an Odyssey sports station, live from the ShorkeyMitsubishi.com studios. Always live and free on the Odyssey app.
93.7 The Fan. This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by Health Markets. Shop for health insurance your way.
It's time for the Jeff Capel Show. The Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network is brought to you by UPMC Health Plan, official health plan of Pitt Athletics. GBU Life, providing life insurance, annuities, and community service since 1892. And by Pepsi. This is the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
Well, here we go. On Monday, it starts for real against Radford. We're joined by head coach Jeff Capel. It is the first Jeff Capel Show of the year. So what are some early thoughts of what you've seen from your team?
Well, I like my team. Our guys have really, really worked hard since the summer. We all got together at the end of June, and so we've been working, building for this moment for the first game since the end of June. I think it's a great mix of returning guys, and then we've added some positions or guys of need. It's a great mix of older guys with younger guys that have experience, to help the guys that don't have as much experience. It's been really cool to watch the camaraderie, to watch, them come together and believe in each other. And it's just been a really fun group to be around since we've started.
When you get with the team, whether it's spring, summer, fall, whenever, do you set aside and say, hey, these are the traits of how we play basketball here at Pitt? Yeah,
well, we've tried to establish, especially the past couple of years, the very first thing is that we want to be a team that's grateful of the opportunity to be here at Pitt, to be a part of this program, this university, this community. And I think we've done that. Then after that, there's a toughness that we want to have, a toughness and togetherness. I think they go hand in hand. I think we have that, but you see that really when you get to competition, when you face some adversity, when you go through tough things. That's when those things are really challenged. But I do think it's there. I've seen it in our group. So we want to have that. We want to have a joy in playing. This is a game that should be fun. Certainly winning is more fun, but I really believe in doing the things that are necessary to put you in a position to win. So the whole process, the journey, there should be joy in the journey. And so far we've had that. Again, it's a long journey. Our journey is long, and you go through different phases. But we want to be mindful and grateful throughout that, and just really enjoy the process.
Is that something that can be lost? I mean, all the pressures that come along with being a student, and then you add in being an athlete, I imagine that's something you probably see from guys.
It is certainly something that can be lost. I think with this group now, this generation, or this time that we're in, I think it's easier to lose that. And that's what we try to fight to maintain. I think it's easier to lose it because there are more ways these guys can be distracted. And what I mean by that is become distracted by what this game is supposed to be. It's supposed to be joy. It's supposed to be together. It's supposed to be all of these different things. The distractions can come from their phones, pressures that comes with that, with social media, with worrying about outside opinions. Now there's a different pressure because of NIL, because of the money aspect that's there. And the people that are pulling them in different directions there. And so we are very, very mindful of it. We try to be open about it and talk about it and discuss it. And, not to use a Coach Tomlin-ism, but trying to keep the main thing, man, just to just to play basketball, to enjoy your teammates, to enjoy the process, to enjoy the journey. You know, these kids get an opportunity to get an education, and now, because of name, image, and likeness, get a chance to earn some money by playing a game that they love. And so to enjoy it and to really enjoy the process.
Jeff, how do you deal with comparisons? Like, you'll get media questions about comparing to last year. Players will hear stuff about last year. How do you handle that part of it?
Again, we try to be open and honest with our guys. And so one of the things we've talked about since we got together, look, we lost a lot, you know, from last year's team. We lost 2 guys that were permanent starters, and then another, you know, in Federico was the start of the majority of the season. But our 2 leading scorers we lost. We don't need anyone trying to compare themselves and be Bub or to be Blake. I don't think we have one guy on our team that's going to make 110 threes like Blake did. I hope we do. I hope I'm wrong. But I think we can make more as a team. And so just to try not to get caught up in that, like we have to be who we are and understand who we are is good enough. 2 years ago, we lost our 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th leading scorers. And we lost 4 guards that were all 22 years old or older. And then we replaced those guys with 2 babies, 2 18-year-olds, 2 freshmen, a transfer from Rhode Island, so you're moving up from the Atlantic 10, and a transfer from the Big South in Zach Alston. And everyone talked about, how are you going to score? How are you going to do this? You lost all your scoring in your whole backcourt. And it's the same message I told that group last year. And we ended up averaging more points. I think we made more threes collectively as a team. And so we have to be who we are and understand that that's good enough.
It is the Jeff Capel Show. And, Jeff, I heard a couple of newcomers say that what they like about the program is it's a family. It's an entire family, not a cliquey family. How hard have you worked to get it to that point?
We've worked very, very hard at that. Now, some of that wasn't seen certainly during the first 4 years because the record didn't show any signs of that. And no one understands that more than me. But I saw signs of it going, some things going right. And that part of it was that, the culture that we were trying to build and establish. And sometimes when you're trying to build something, and I think I probably made some mistakes in my earlier years calling it a rebuild. It wasn't a rebuild. This was a build. Sometimes when you do that, you know, you're trying to get a great foundation. Sometimes, man, you make mistakes. I made mistakes with some of the things that I said, some of the ways I coached these guys, some of the decisions that I made that impacted our program. But I did think we were establishing a solid foundation and we were getting some of the right pieces. It was just about making sure those pieces fit. And 2 years ago, you know, we got it where the pieces finally fit. And for me, I always will credit that group because it was a group that believed when it was unpopular to believe. The guys that came, Nelly, Greg, Federico, Blake, those guys came, Jamarius, and Nike stayed when it could have been easy to leave. It's easy to leave now. And even when you, like for me, when I look at Bub and Jalen, because they committed during that time before we played a game that season, they committed. So they committed before we won. And when there was a lot of negative noise around our program. But those guys, man, they believed in themselves. They believed in us. They believed in each other. And it led to something really, really cool happening. And now I think because we've won the past 2 years, I think everyone's starting to see and understand that culture.
All right, coming up here on the Jeff Capel Show, we'll talk about a couple of those new players. A reminder, the Panthers host Radford coming up Monday at 7. Go to PittsburghPanthers.com for tickets, and you'll hear that right here on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
At UPMC, we believe care goes beyond our walls and into our communities. That's why we support organizations and individuals who help people prosper by giving them skills and training for employment, including right here at UPMC. Because life-changing is providing people a chance to grow. Learn more at upmc.com/community impact. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
At Sarah's Candies, we make raising money for your group simple and sweet. With our chocolate bar and pretzel rod fundraisers, there are no minimums to get started, and you can earn up to 50% profit. Whether you're raising funds for a school, sports team, or even just yourself, we make it easy for groups of all sizes to succeed. Mention this ad when you order over the phone to earn 50% profit on your next order. Call 1-800-255-7771 to get started today.
Hey Pittsburgh, it's Cam Hayward. As someone who disrupts plans for a living, I can't say enough about the importance of life insurance. Sometimes you can see the end zone right ahead of you, you have a clear shot, then bam, it's Cam. A policy from GBU Life can let you focus more on getting out from under what life throws at you and worry less about protecting the life you are working hard to build. Get started protecting the life you are building today at GBU.org.
GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Life insurance underwritten by GBU. This is a paid endorsement. Coverage is subject to approval and may not be available in all states.
Icy Light is the official beer of getting up early. It's the official beer of rallying the troops. The official beer of turning a 3-hour game into an all-day affair. The official beer of, did you just see that? The official beer of rising and cheering in unison for every season-defining moment. Icy Light, the official beer of your Pittsburgh Panthers. Let's raise another.
As on the basketball court, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win with your financial goals. Their financial advisors use a proven wealth optimization system with a focus on retirement distribution strategy and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jks-financial.nm.com.
Let's return to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
Back on the Jeff Capel Show, and Jeff, a couple of newcomers. Let's start with graduate student guard Damian Dunn. He seems to have like a mix of all of those ingredients that we've seen from other guys that have come to the program.
Yeah, he's a really important guy for us. We really tried hard a couple of years ago when he left Temple to get him, and at that time he was as sought after as anyone in the country. And I had a great visit with him and his family, but certainly he chose the University of Houston. And, it didn't go like he thought it would go there. But I think he got better without even realizing it. Certainly he scored the basketball at a really high level at Temple. And he did not do that at Houston. But where he got better is, I think he got better defensively, understood how to play a little bit harder. Not that because he learned a lot at Temple for Aaron McKee, but just the toughness that you have to play for a Kelvin Sampson team at Houston. And so he's been able to bring that to us. And then what we're trying to unlock is that scoring mentality that he had at Temple. He's been an unbelievable joy to be around and to coach and to work with. He's a guy that we feel like can score at all three levels. He can shoot the three. He's really good at the mid-range. He's really strong, so he can post them. He can get to the basket. He's also a really good free throw shooter. But what he gives us is a bigger guard with size and with strength and with experience that we feel like can score and defend, and we're going to need him to rebound, too, at a high level.
It's probably fair to say no matter how many guards you have, having another veteran guard is never a bad thing.
It's never a bad thing. And for us, we feel fortunate. We have 3 this year that are returning. 2 guys, I should say 2, that are returning with Jalen and Nish, and then Dame with his experience. So it's a lot different than last year. Last year we had 2 freshmen that had never played a college game, and then 2 guys that were moving up. And so it was a completely different experience. Now with having some guys back, we think that'll help us.
6'10" Cam Corhen comes from Florida State. What is he going to provide for you down low?
Yeah, well, certainly coaching against him the past 2 years, I've always been really impressed with him since his freshman year. His motor, obviously his size, his agility, his ability to defend multiple positions, how hard he played, his athleticism, those were things that, as a coaching against him, that we really liked. When he went into the portal, he was the guy that we targeted, that we felt like he was the guy that we really, really wanted. And once we got him here and started working with him, I think he's better than we even thought, because he's a little bit more ball-friendly than he was able to maybe showcase it at Florida State. He can step away from the basket. He can pass. He can put it on the floor. He can shoot it. And so he gives us something that's a little bit different than we've had the past couple of years on the inside. Certainly Federico could do those things defensively. He could switch on guys and ball screen defense and protect the basket. But Cam gives us, we think and hope, a little bit something more offensively and a little bit different weapon than what we've had the past couple of years.
It's Jeff Capel Show, the first of the year. The Panthers against Radford coming up at 7 o'clock on Monday. It's our first opportunity to see Papa Conte. So he had a season to kind of watch and see what it's like. But how do you prepare a guy that hasn't played that long to be ready to go?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, he has an unbelievable attitude. That's the first thing. Like, when I saw Papa in high school and we recruited him really hard, you know, I would tell my staff he's like one of the best teammates I've ever seen. And obviously a talented player, but just it was an infectious joy that he played with and that he had for his teammates. We missed that last year. We also missed his talent. He's a physical front court player. I imagine his stuff, and I really think it's going to be similar. It's going to have some similarities to Nike Simande. And what I mean with that is that Papa's been back. He's been clear for 5-on-5. He's been playing. But when you haven't played basketball for a year, it takes some time. And who Nike was in November and December wasn't who he was in January and February. It took some time for him to get the rhythm of playing and playing every day and understanding his knee and fighting through the soreness, fighting through the mental hurdle. That's the final part of overcoming that injury. I think you're going to see some spurts where he's the guy that we think he will become, but I think you'll see that more consistently as the season goes on. We're excited about him. He gives us a guy that, especially as a freshman, that has a physicality, that has a motor. He can protect the basket, and he can rebound the basketball. He's shown the ability to step out and shoot it. And so we think he's going to be a really good player, but it's going to take some time for that to happen. You mentioned last year, obviously, you had some freshmen that stepped up. People here locally will know Brandon Cummings because of his brother and what he did on his own. What can you tell us about Brandon and this freshman class? Yeah, well, we're really excited about the freshman class. I mean, if you take Papa and Marlon, who we redshirted last year, and then you add them, it's a 5-man class. With Brandon, obviously back-to-back state championships, really, really good player, worker. He understands the culture because he's basically been part of the team for the past 2 years with as much as he's been around. Unbelievably competitive, really low-key off the court, one of the lowest maintenance guys that I've coached. But when you get him in between those lines, there's something that clicks, that changes, and he just becomes this really competitive dude. He's learning, and he wants to learn, which is really, really cool to see. Obviously, he has an athleticism and a fast switch. He can score it. He's learning how to facilitate more, and I think it really helps him having Ish, Dame, and Jalen kind of to go against every day, but also to talk to and those guys to mentor him. We heard about the nickname Biba. Is that kind of like you
You told us with Bub that, no, it's not Carlton, it's Bub. Should we get ready for Biba?
I don't know anyone that calls him Brandon. So I would think now when he checked in the game, against Point Park, I think they said Brandon. He didn't tell him to change it. Last year, our first game, they said Carlton Carrington, and Bub told him to change it. So that's how you know. So I think because Biba's so low-key off the court, I don't think he would – I don't know if it would bother him, but I don't know anyone that calls him Brandon.
I want to ask you, as an aside, you guys last Thursday, for the first time, or you got to watch Bub make his debut.
Yeah.
What's that like to kind of see him? And he's coming off a pretty decent game. It seems like he's starting to get it.
Yeah, well, it was surreal, to be honest with you, because he started his first NBA game, as a 19-year-old rookie, and it happened to be against the best team in the league, the defending champs,
pretty good guards.
with some really, really good guards. But I think the more he plays, the one thing I know about him, is that he's unbelievably competitive and he's really, really smart. And when I watched him last night, when he had 13 and he played really, really well, the thing that I saw was he's comfortable. He looked comfortable. And I think the longer it goes, the more games he gets under his belt, the more comfortable he'll become. And I talked to him after the game last night, and that's what he talked about. He got his first win, and he played really, really well. So we're just excited for him. We know it's going to be a journey. They're going to lose a lot this year. But I think they're looking at an eye towards the future.
But he had a camp with some familiar faces. Maybe he didn't know directly, but Mo being there, and I know Mo's worked out with you here, and then to have Justin there.
Yeah, and that's helped Bub a lot because those two guys have really taken him under the belt, especially Justin. Justin's been there the longest. He's been there since the summer, since Bub has been there. They played summer league together. They've developed a great relationship. It started here. When Bub got here as a freshman, Justin was around. And so it's great to have those three guys there together.
All right, coming up on the Jeff Capel Show, we're going to talk to one of the newcomers. Texas native Cam Corhen joins us here on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, Pitt fans. Delta Airlines is proud to fly the Pittsburgh Panthers and their fans across the country and around the globe. Delta Airlines offers nonstop service to 6 destinations from Pittsburgh. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, you'll enjoy Delta Airlines' award-winning customer service as we support you through your travel journey. Pitt Athletics and Delta Airlines. Keep climbing.
Hey, Pitt fans, as the official credit union of the Pitt Panthers, Clearview Federal Credit Union is here to help you reach all your financial goals. Clearview wants to help you score big financially, whether you need to save, spend, borrow, or learn, they're here to help. Get easy access to your money from anywhere using their digital banking featuring Zelle, Clearview Live Video Banking, over 80,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, and financial centers throughout the Pittsburgh area. Visit clearviewfcu.org/Panthers to learn more and open an account today. Hail to Pitt.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
When your employer gives you a choice of health plans, choose UPMC Health Plan. You'll have access to the best doctors and hospitals, including the top-ranked care of UPMC and many community hospitals near you. UPMC Health Plan gives you an award-winning healthcare concierge team and a partner who puts you and your health at the center of all we do. Choose what's best. Choose UPMC Health Plan. Visit upmchealthplan.com/best for more information.
Man, do I love picking up my winnings from MacBid. Oh, yeah, I see you, TV guy. You too, Drill Man. I'll get you yet.
Making friends?
They just happen to be here for pickup when I am. You'll see, honey, I'm gonna outbid those guys so bad.
Oh, I know you will.
And my biggest rival, Turntable Lady.
Yeah, thanks for picking that up. You put it in the trunk, right?
It's a MacBid auction-packed summer. I'm sleeping with the enemy.
Not with that attitude, you're not.
Now bidding.
At Mac.bid and on the free app.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Back to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Jeff Capel Show. We are joined by Cam Corhen, one of the newest Panther members. It is your junior season. What is it about this program that had you excited to want to be a part of it?
I like what Coach Capel's doing with this program. Obviously, when he took it over, they weren't the best. His first few years, they weren't the best, but I like the trajectory and the way it's going, and I feel like I can impact winning here.
And you got to see it firsthand. Does that kind of help as well?
Yeah, for sure.
How would you describe yourself as a player, Cam?
I feel like a high-energy big man with a skill set many people haven't seen yet.
Many people haven't seen. What does that mean? You mean there's just more to your game that you haven't been able to do yet?
There's much more to my game that I haven't been able to do yet, and even things I didn't know I could do myself that Coach Capel's trying to bring out of me.
So how do you go about showing that in a practice setting?
Just working on my game, not being scared to mess up, not being scared to play on the perimeter more. He gives me the freedom to play the game how I see fit. He's not going to tell me one day, oh, just do this. One day, just do that. Just have a feel for the game.
We're joined by Cam Corhen here on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network. When you first came to campus, what do you remember about that first time, the first visit, that opportunity to join here?
I remember my first time coming here was when we played here, and it was wet and rainy and cold, and I hated it. But then when I came back on my visit, it looked like a totally different city, and I just fell in love.
All right, thankfully you're not going to see any of that weather while you're here as a Panther. What about the style that Jeff plays that you liked?
I like that he requires everybody to play hard. I feel like certain teams have like a hierarchy and top dudes don't have to do certain things. He holds everybody accountable, and I love that about him.
Who have you really bonded with on this team?
I wish I could pick out names, but everybody's been cool since I've gotten here. It's like a family. Everybody hangs out with everybody. There's no cliques or certain dudes that tend to hang out with certain dudes. Everybody's well connected.
Does that tell you that this is going to be a good team when you see that?
For sure. This is the first team I've been on that everybody's well connected. There's no, this person's mad, this person's getting more shots than them. Like, it's just everybody's pulling in the right direction.
Does that include off the court as well?
For sure. For sure.
All right, whose house do you go to and it's like, all right, that's the place I want to go hang?
So ZA lives in my building, and it's right down the street from Bridges, which is pretty much where everybody lives. So ZA has a hangout spot, and it's within 2 buildings of everybody, so we all just go there.
When you are getting together, what do you guys do?
Video games. They love the new NCAA. I think Call of Duty's about to come out. I don't have a system myself. I kind of just chill when I'm at home, but I'll go and play the game with them sometimes.
Does that create a disadvantage for you with the other guys?
For sure. There's definitely certain things I don't pick up on because I don't play as much as them, but I can hold my own a little bit.
What's the competitiveness like when you guys are playing those games?
It feels like a real basketball game. Like, it's crazy. You got to be there. Like, it's real competitive.
For your first couple of months, what you did in the offseason and now, what have you found Jeff Capel to be from the guy who recruited you to now being your coach?
The same person. A lot of people in the recruiting process, they'll tell you certain things to get you there, and then once you're there, it's totally different. But he's held his word on pretty much everything he's told me, so it's been great.
You're another one of the Texas natives. Does that mean you hang out with Jalen? Do you guys have a bond because of that?
Yeah, that's my guy. We always telling stories about AAU days.
You guys play together?
Yeah, we played together my 17U summer. He was 16U and played up on a Houston Hoops EYBL team.
How good was that team?
We were a dysfunctional team. We had talent, but we was real dysfunctional. He'll tell you too, but we were real talented.
Is it kind of cool in the basketball world that here you are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and you guys are teammates again?
Yeah, that is crazy. I remember talking to him a lot through my, I guess you can say, recruitment process, but when I was in the portal, and he really convinced me to come here. It was a huge part of that was him.
We've noticed that Jalen's gained some size. Does he look a lot different than he did back in the day?
For sure. I remember because he was young playing up. He was 16 playing with older kids. So, yeah, he was a little scrawny dude.
Cam, what are you studying here at Pitt?
Communication.
So what do you want to do? You want to do this?
I could see myself doing this. I'm taking a public speaking class right now, and I actually enjoy it, so I could see myself doing something like this.
What's the first thing you've been taught about public speaking?
Knowing your audience. Like, you have to know who you're talking to and how to cater towards them.
You feel like you've been successful at that, at least in what you've practiced?
Yeah, I've given a couple speeches in front of the class, and I feel like they've gone pretty good. I got one that's coming up Thursday. I need to study for it, but yeah, it's been going good.
Do you feel like you're intimidating just because of your size?
I feel like they look at me a little differently when I'm up there than they do, like, I guess you could say, the normal student. But it's a good thing.
How's the student experience been? I know you haven't been at that too long here at Pitt, but what's that been like?
It's real cool. I walk to class. All my classes are at Cathedral, so it's maybe a 10-minute walk, just walking down Forbes. I love it.
I could be really wrong here, but my guess is that where you lived in Texas was pretty flat.
For sure.
The Florida State's pretty flat.
For sure.
You're climbing these hills to go to class. You getting used to that yet?
Yeah, there's been a couple days I get to class. I'm in a full sweat, legs burning, but I'm getting used to it.
So see, you're getting that workout in even when you're not here.
Away from the court.
You guys play your first game on Monday. What's that anticipation like with the group?
We're really excited to show everybody what we can do. We've had a couple scrimmages and exhibitions, but this is for real now. This is wins and losses, so we're just excited to show everybody what we can do.
We heard that Cincinnati scrimmage got pretty physical. What did you guys kind of learn about yourselves and being tested physically like that?
We learned a lot about ourselves. Obviously, Coach Capel was saying he was concerned about our physicality, and we responded well. We came out. Well, I can speak personally. I came on in the second half. I got punched in the mouth right away, and I just had to respond. So I learned a lot about myself as well.
Well, Cam, thanks. Appreciate you joining us. Best of luck for this whole season.
Thank you.
And coming up, another transfer, Damian Dunn, who comes by way of the University of Houston and Temple. Damian, tell us a little bit about his story and what he likes about the Pitt Panthers. A reminder, the first game Monday at 7 o'clock. You're listening to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, Pitt fans, as the official credit union of the Pitt Panthers, Clearview Federal Credit Union is here to help you reach all your financial goals. Clearview wants to help you score big financially, whether you need to save, spend, borrow, or learn, they're here to help. Get easy access to your money from anywhere using their digital banking featuring Zelle, Clearview Live Video Banking, over 80,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, and financial centers throughout the Pittsburgh area. Visit clearviewfcu.org/Panthers to learn more and open an account today. Hail to Pitt.
Hey, Pitt fans! Delta Airlines is proud to fly the Pittsburgh Panthers and their fans across the country and around the globe. Delta Airlines offers nonstop service to 6 destinations from Pittsburgh. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, you'll enjoy Delta Airlines' award-winning customer service as we support you through your travel journey. Pitt Athletics and Delta Airlines. Keep climbing.
Thanks to 850 community partners across an 11-county service area, Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is working to eliminate hunger and stabilize lives across the Three Rivers region. We're committed to making sure all our neighbors have consistent access to healthy food, and we're connecting people to other critical services to address the root causes of food insecurity. To get help, volunteer, or donate today, visit pittsburghfoodbank.org or call 412-460-3663.
As on the basketball court, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win with your financial goals. Their financial advisors use a proven wealth optimization system with a focus on retirement distribution strategy and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jks-financial.nm.com.
Icy Light is the official beer of getting up early. It's the official beer of rallying the troops. The official beer of turning a 3-hour game into an all-day affair. The official beer of, did you just see that? The official beer of rising and cheering in unison for every season-defining moment. Icy Light, the official beer of your Pittsburgh Panthers. Let's raise another. Post-Gazette sports reporters Noah Hiles and Chris Carter follow your Pitt Panthers like they're on man-to-man coverage. They're the best duo in the city for game summary, stats, and insider info for the Oakland Zoo and all fans. Catch the action on the North Shore Drive podcast and drop a line in their mailbag. And don't forget to follow coverage all season long in the Post-Gazette. Read about wins at the Pete and on the road from the preseason all the way to the ACC Championship.
Let's return to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Jeff Capel Show. We are joined by the newest guard for the Panthers, Damian Dunn. Damian, you've had a journey in college basketball. Why did you want to end it with Pitt?
Really just camaraderie and family. Coming on my visit. This was the only visit I took. My second time in the portal, and I left. Literally went home a few days, called Coach Cape, and was just like, I think I'm ready. He just told me to, just come home. So, it just felt like immediate family. With Coach K being a Carolina guy, he kind of knows a lot about who I am and where I come from, and just my total upbringing. So, just coming here and getting family love from my teammates, coaches, just felt like the right fit immediately.
How much did you know from being back home about Coach Capel?
Man, my dad actually played Coach Cape in high school, and he used to tell us stories about how Coach Cape used to score. And when actually it's crazy because my first time in the portal, I told my dad that Coach Cape reached out, and he was like, Coach Capel, Jeff Capel. And, and he spent a lot of time back where I'm from in Kinston, North Carolina, too, just, going down there watching games as well. So, my dad was definitely familiar with his game. He used to brag about Coach Cape a lot, his jumper a lot. So I definitely knew a lot about him beforehand.
All right, is your dad one of those guys to say, yeah, but when he faced me, I got him?
Nah, he was actually pretty respectful, though. He told me Coach Cape gave some good work, though. So he was definitely a hooper, I know for sure.
And, of course, his dad was a coach. You kind of know, obviously, where he came from at Duke. Did you come in thinking, all right, I pretty much know about this guy even before I step in this building?
Definitely. And, just following the journey, these last couple of years, starting with the tourney run, and I think, ever since then, the program and the culture here has been ascending in the right way. So it definitely was something that I could see myself, inserting myself into and, finding success.
We're joined by Damian Dunn. What did you take away from your time at Houston?
The daily grind of what it takes to, just be a winner, and, just fighting adversity, getting through the toughest obstacles and toughest adversities, when you feel like your back's against the wall at times, you just got to find a way to, come out on the winning side of it, and just taking the daily grind for what it is, learning from your losses, expanding on your wins and, not taking anything for granted, not a second.
Can you bring that here, and how much of that do you already see here?
Definitely, and I think that's kind of translated here, since day one, just my complete attitude towards winning, and doing the small things first, to set the tone on, what I'm kind of capable of bringing to our team, and letting everything else fall in place in terms of my game, and I think my teammates kind of know that about me. So, I just take it upon myself, to just do the dirty work first, and let everything else follow behind.
We're joined by Damian Dunn here on the Jeff Capel Show. There have been a number of guards that have come in here over the last couple of years, Biba's brother being one of them, Jamarius Burton. Did what they did here influence your decision to come here?
Definitely, and I think those are guys with naming Nelly and JB, just to name a few. Those are guys who've kind of had similar journeys to me, with being, older, being in different schools, being in different situations, and being presented this big opportunity to, to come to Pitt, and make the most of your last year or years. And, it's definitely something that I followed, along my journey as well, and something that I can compare my journey to others. So it definitely made the decision a lot easier.
Quick aside, since we talked about Nelly, what can you tell us about Brandon?
He's a dog. He's a competitor, the ultimate. And we know Beeb, every second doesn't matter if he's out there for 10 seconds or 10 minutes or 30 minutes, he's going to compete, pick up 94, and be a dog from the second he clocks in to the second he walks off the floor. And he carries that swag and attitude with him every day. And, and I think that's what I most like about Beeb is, he's confident, super. And he's comfortable in his skin, and he dominates in ways that, not a lot of freshmen are comfortable with doing, and we know many great things are ahead of him, and we're just excited for him to, get his college career started.
Damian, were you like that as a freshman?
Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I didn't have as much as like just swagger and confidence as Beaver, and just seeing him, even like our first few months here, just like watching him go through workouts, play, just talk, talk trash, just, get himself going is something that I looked at him and just like, man, like that's special.
Has there been a time though where it's like, come on, rookie? You ain't
yeah, man, like, he's like the nagging little brother that can't stop coming in your room to talk to you all the time when he's on the floor, because he competes at the ultimate, and that's what we want, and that's what we need for Beaver to do every day, whether he's on the court for however long. And, he carries that with him every day, we just know he's going to be special.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk more with Damian Dunn about his first game coming up against Radford, 7 o'clock on Monday. You're listening to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
When your employer gives you a choice of health plans, choose UPMC Health Plan. You'll have access to the best doctors and hospitals, including the top-ranked care of UPMC and many community hospitals near you. UPMC Health Plan gives you an award-winning healthcare concierge team and a partner who puts you and your health at the center of all we do. Choose what's best. Choose UPMC Health Plan. Visit upmchealthplan.com/best for more information.
Post-Gazette sports reporters Noah Hiles and Chris Carter follow your Pitt Panthers like they're on man-to-man coverage. They're the best duo in the city for game summary, stats, and insider info for the Oakland Zoo and all fans. Catch the action on the North Shore Drive podcast and drop a line in their mailbag. And don't forget to follow coverage all season long in the Post-Gazette. Read about wins at the Pete and on the road from the preseason all the way to the ACC Championship.
Find sweet success with Sarah's Candies fundraising. We've been helping groups like yours raise money for over 60 years and offer a variety of flexible programs to find a fundraising solution that works for everyone. Maximize your profits with our holiday brochure sale. Fundraise 100% online with our online ordering program, or earn up to 70% profit by selling chocolate bars and pretzel rods year-round. Fundraising with Sarah's Candies is easy and profitable. Visit sarahscandiesfundraising.com or call 1-800-255-7771 to get started today.
Man, do I love picking up my winnings from MacBid. Oh, yeah, I see you, TV guy. You too, drill man. I'll get you yet.
Making friends?
They just happen to be here for pickup when I am. You'll see, honey, I'm gonna outbid those guys so bad.
Oh, I know you will.
And my biggest rival, Turntable Lady.
Yeah, thanks for picking that up. You put it in the trunk, right?
It's a MacBid auction-packed summer. I'm sleeping with the enemy.
Not with that attitude, you're not.
Now bidding.
At mac.bid and on the free app.
As on the basketball court, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win with your financial goals. Their financial advisors use a proven wealth optimization system with a focus on retirement distribution strategy and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jks-financial.nm.com.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Let's return to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
It is the first Jeff Capel Show of the year. We're joined by Damian Dunn, and you have your first game coming up on Monday against a Radford team that played some good basketball last year. What are your thoughts? What's the excitement? You've been through an exhibition and also a scrimmage to finally play a game with these guys?
Emotions are through the roof. Just super excited to get the ball rolling, officially. But, really for me, I'm just excited to go out there and showcase what we've been working on since we got together from day one. And just building camaraderie every day, gaining more comfortability with each other, game by game, week by week, day by day, and just letting the results of everything that we've been working for throughout the summer, letting it show starting Monday.
What do you think about your game you'll be able to show while here at Pitt?
Really my age, my maturity, how I approach the game, how I think it, how things kind of slow down for me when I'm out there with just making decisions, making timely passes, just making plays and, getting guys going around me.
Do you take a lot of grief for your age?
My teammates, they joke on me all the time. They call me Unk in the locker room because I'm probably one of the oldest here. But me and Ish are definitely Unks of the locker room, man. So they're on us about our age all the time for sure.
But it seems like you embrace that maturity and having that knowledge.
Definitely, and I tell all the guys, like, we tell people, like, you're calling us old. Years from now, it's gonna be dudes calling you Unk, years to come from now. So your time is coming, bro. Just wait. So, yeah, we tell them all the time those tables are going to turn on them. So it's just a matter of time.
Unlike Cam, who played against Pitt, when was the first time you came to Pittsburgh?
I got here in May. Besides my visit that I took over this summer, I got here in May, officially moved in. And, I've been at the Pitt, coming to the Pitt every day since.
But I can imagine, North Carolina, you're other end of state, and you're also down in Houston. What did you you think about Pittsburgh, and what was different about it when you got here?
I recently spent time, I was at Temple for 4 years, so I was familiar with PA, just the state in general. I was over in Philly for some years, but never got the chance to come to Pittsburgh. But I love the Steelers, though, so anytime I would think Pittsburgh, I automatically think Steeler football. So definitely a perk, just being here as well. I get to see my favorite team play in person a few times.
Now, this isn't some game, but it's actually your favorite team.
It definitely is, for sure. It's crazy because a lot of North Carolina guys, it's like you either like the Cowboys or the Steelers. It's kind of like the Panthers aren't really an option sometimes. But me and ZA, we're both from North Carolina. We're big Steelers fans.
There's been a number of Steelers that come to games. Have you had a chance to see any of them or watch a game?
Actually, I haven't seen any in person. We went to the Cowboys game, when it got delayed a little bit with the weather.
Oh.
Yeah, that was brutal.
So that was like being home. It's like Cowboys, Steelers.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good experience, though, despite the rain and everything and the almost 2-hour delay. But it was pretty cool.
Did you ever think about football?
I did, but I never played. My brothers always played, but they were the type to tell me not to put pads on because I should focus on basketball. So they protected me from it. They took on the injuries and broken bones and stuff themselves by playing football. So,
how did your brothers impact where you are today?
Man, I can't even name just one thing. Being my crutch, really. Being my biggest critics, especially when I'm doing things well and, having small success, critiquing game, giving me different perspectives on life itself, just the daily grind, just translating basketball to life, even life outside of basketball, what's to come next, just everything, just big brothers, just being big brothers by trying to beat up on you at the same time, but we're older now, so I tell them all the time they're not beating up on me no more. So.
Do you call them after games? Do you ask for their advice?
Definitely. We talk. I probably talk to my brothers probably 6 days out the week. We talk all the time after games, updates, group FaceTimes, we call to chat, talk through our own lives. And they're older, so they have many things going on within themselves, but we always find time to, resurface back together, just talk.
Did you ever think about how big of a role sports has played in your life in that regard? Like, you guys could always talk about that even if you had differences.
Definitely, because I think we've all had different experiences with our own sport. Like, I've been in college going on 6 years now. My brother took the JUCO route for 2 years to go play another 2 years after that at Pepperdine. And one of my brothers cut his college basketball career short. So we all have our own experiences and perspectives on it, and when we combine them, man, we definitely have some controversial talks at times, some heated conversations at times and perspectives, but, we bring each other and we humble each other a lot, so I'm very thankful for them.
Damon, you're a grad student here. What are you studying?
Yep, sports administration right now, just getting into the sports admin world, doing my best to network and, capitalize on connections and, friendship as long as I'm here, making the most out of every hand that I shake, getting people to recognize who I am, not only now during my time at Pitt, but afterwards as well. So that's really where I am.
Have you leaned on the Matt Pliska resource yet?
No, I haven't. He's the man.
One of the better sports administrators you're going to find.
He's the man, though. If I need to know anything, I know exactly where to go. He's the man.
When you walk out on that court for your final season, for that first game, what are nerves going to be like for you Monday?
Man, just heart pounding, ready to just kill and dominate whoever's in front of me, and just making the most out of every opportunity, because it's not only the last go around, but I'm with a special group of guys that want to be around each other. So I owe it to them to go out there, put my hard hat on, and go to work.
All right, best of luck. Hey, thanks for your time here tonight.
Appreciate you.
Coming up, it's the first game of the year. We'll get the thoughts of head coach Jeff Capel as we look at Radford, with that game coming up on Monday at 7. And you'll hear it right here on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, Pittsburgh, it's Cam Hayward. I know firsthand that an illness such as cancer can strike at any time, even when you're at the top of your game. If you are healthy and life is going your way now, this is the best time to get life insurance. You can get a policy with GBU Life that's affordable to you now, and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you're building today at GBU.org.
GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Life insurance underwritten by GBU. This is a paid endorsement. Coverage is subject to approval and may not be available in all states.
Whether it's on the court, field, or pitch, the Panthers can handle anything thrown their way. It just goes to show that being adaptable and preparing a solid strategy pays off. That's why PNC is proud to support University of Pittsburgh athletics and their dedication to smart, tested tactics. Because just like any big game, when it comes to your finances, there's a lot on the line, and having a dependable team allows you to make the plays you need to reach your goals. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865, member FDIC.
Find sweet success with Sarah's Candies fundraising. We've been helping groups like yours raise money for over 60 years and offer a variety of flexible programs to find a fundraising solution that works for everyone. Maximize your profits with our holiday brochure sale. Fundraise 100% online with our online ordering program, or earn up to 70% profit by selling chocolate bars and pretzel rods year-round. Fundraising with Sarah's Candies is easy and profitable. Visit sarahscandiesfundraising.com or call 1-800-255-7771 to get started today.
When your employer gives you a choice of health plans, choose UPMC Health Plan. You'll have access to the best doctors and hospitals, including the top-ranked care of UPMC and many community hospitals near you. UPMC Health Plan gives you an award-winning healthcare concierge team and a partner who puts you and your health at the center of all we do. Choose what's best. Choose UPMC Health Plan. Visit upmchealthplan.com/best for more information.
Hey, Pitt fans! Delta Airlines is proud to fly the Pittsburgh Panthers and their fans across the country and around the globe. Delta Airlines offers nonstop service to 6 destinations from Pittsburgh. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, you'll enjoy Delta Airlines' award-winning customer service as we support you through your travel journey. Pitt Athletics and Delta Airlines. Keep climbing.
Icy Light is the official beer of getting up early. It's the official beer of rallying the troops. The official beer of turning a 3-hour game into an all-day affair. The official beer of, did you just see that? The official beer of rising and cheering in unison for every season-defining moment. Icy Light, the official beer of your Pittsburgh Panthers. Let's raise another.
Back to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
All right, we're back with Jeff Capel. Season opens coming up on Monday against Radford at 7 o'clock. And they're picked second in the Big South. What kind of are you expecting from this Radford team?
Yeah, well, they have 11 new guys on their roster, but I know they'll be well coached. Darius Nichols does an unbelievable job. You know, he's been looked at as one of the bright coaches, young coaches, you know, in the country. You know, they'll play really hard. They'll be together. I saw a box score from their exhibition game where they won by a lot. They scored a lot of points. I anticipate them playing fast. If you look at how they played last year, they played fast. They played free. The guards had a lot of freedom. They mixed their defenses up. So with them being picked that high, it means they must have gotten some good players, you know, from the portal. But I also think everyone has a great deal of respect for Coach Nichols and how he runs his program.
Jeff, you had mentioned that after the exhibition game, it was good to get them through a routine. You know, when meals are going to be, the pregame, referees, lights, all fans, everything. What is it like for you when you step on that court first game?
Yeah, I mean, it's nerve-wracking. It's exciting. I'm anxious. It's all of those things, and it's been that way, Jeff, since I first put on a uniform in college and ran out there for my first game, and it's been that way from my first time stepping out when I was the head coach at 27 years old at VCU, and it'll be that way Monday night. I mean, I love it. I'm excited about it. I feel honored to get a chance to do it still, and to get to, you know, have a chance to do it here and to continue, hopefully, building this thing into what we envisioned it when we took it over.
Jeff, in our last 30 seconds, if those butterflies weren't there, would you be a little concerned?
I would be very concerned. If those butterflies weren't there, that would be a sign for me that it's time for me to do like Tony Bennett.
Our thanks to Jeff, to Cam Corhen, to Damian Dunn, to Matt Pliska for putting this all together. A reminder, the first game of the year comes Monday at 7 o'clock. You can find tickets at PittsburghPanthers.com. And then we'll see you again in November, a busy month of Panthers basketball right here on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network. You've been listening to The Jeff Capel Show.
Man, do I love picking up my winnings from MacBid. Oh, yeah, I see you, TV guy. You too, drill man. I'll get you yet.
Making friends?
They just happen to be here for pickup when I am. You'll see, honey, I'm going to outbid those guys so bad.
Oh, I know you will.
And my biggest rival, Turntable Lady.
Yeah, thanks for picking that up. You put it in the trunk, right?
It's a MacBid auction-packed summer.
I'm sleeping with the enemy.
Not with that attitude, you're not.
Now bidding.
At Mac.bid and on the free app.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, Pitt fans, as the official credit union of the Pitt Panthers, Clearview Federal Credit Union is here to help you reach all your financial goals. Clearview wants to help you score big financially, whether you need to save, spend, borrow, or learn, they're here to help. Get easy access to your money from anywhere using their digital banking featuring Zelle, Clearview Live Video Banking, over 80,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, and financial centers throughout the Pittsburgh area. Visit clearviewfcu.org/Panthers to learn more and open an account today. Hail to Pitt.
Find sweet success with Sarah's Candy's fundraising. We've been helping groups like yours raise money for over 60 years and offer a variety of flexible programs to find a fundraising solution that works for everyone. Maximize your profits with our holiday brochure sale. Fundraise 100% online with our online ordering program, or earn up to 70% profit by selling chocolate bars and pretzel rods year-round. Fundraising with Sarah's Candies is easy and profitable. Visit sarahscandiesfundraising.com or call 1-800-255-7771 to get started today.
We believe healthcare should treat the whole person and the whole community. At UPMC, we aim to do just that by partnering with organizations that help bring fresh and healthy food to the people who need it most. Because life-changing is caring for you before you ever walk in our doors. Learn more at upmc.com/community impact. UPMC. Life-changing medicine.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast has been presented by Health Markets. Shop for health insurance your way.
HD1 Pittsburgh, an Odyssey Sports station, live from the ShoreKeyMitsubishi.com studios.